Hey, good morning, YouTubers. This is Rick here with EuroBoutique. I wanted to feature this particular blue M2 for you guys because we haven't really done many M2s. We've shipped a lot of parts for M2s, but haven't really had one here at the shop. So this is one of the first ones. Customer did some work on it. He had the Volca Ultra Edition TE37s. He picked up the trunk spoiler and the rear diffuser from us. And then he dropped it off today because he wanted to get some more work done on it. So today we're going to be working on the carbon rock guards, which you can see installed down here. These are exclusively made by us. We make a whole set, 100% carbon, and it comes with all four sides with all the hardware you need to mount them. He also dropped off the M Performance winglets. That's what you see here in the front. So you got the M Performance winglets we put on for him. And then also the M Performance rear pieces. These are all pretty much bolt on. BMW supplies all the hardware. It's pretty much double side tape, a couple clips and a couple screws that bolt it on. But overall, you know, with the black kidney grills and the winglets, the carbon rock guards and all the other trim pieces, this car is looking really, really sharp. Follow us in the video. I'll show you how to install some of these pieces and we'll go over some of the neat tricks. But if you guys have any questions, please leave us comments, or you can always just email us from our website, www.euroboutique.us, and be sure to follow us on Instagram. Thank you. Doing some carbon fiber rock guards, and we are also going to be installing a custom carbon fiber steering wheel with a flat top and flat bottom. Let's take a look at some of the parts over here. So these are the side diffusers for the back and the front of the car, and then in the middle here, these are the carbon fiber rock guards that we make for the vehicle. 100% carbon fiber. These will protect the fender liners and the rocker panel from any chips. And of course, the last item we're going to be installing is our carbon fiber steering wheel. It's a pretty unique piece. It's a direct OEM replacement. So you got the flat top, the flat bottom for more leg room. We have the carbon faceplate as an option, perforated leather, M-color stitching on the sides, and the M-color stripe. All of this is done under the clear coat, so you can't feel the stripes. Perfectly proportioned for the vehicle. The rock guards are going to go behind each of the fenders, and we'll show you where those go in a second. All right, so we got the car up. We're down here in the front of the car right now, obviously. We got the car up on a set of race ramps. This is really all you need to do most of the work on the car, because we're not really lifting the car up on the jack stands. The front, these are the M Performance front splitters. I'm sure you guys know about these, authentic BMW M Performance. They come with a hardware kit, right? So we're going to be installing these today. The cool thing about the M Performance is the fitment is really good. We're going to be removing a couple of the factory 8mm bolts, such as these. So we're going to remove a couple of these, and then they provide tape on here, and then we're going to re-drill a couple holes for some new clips. So there's clips involved. There's a couple screws. We're going to use a couple of the factory screws. So we're going to remove 2 of the 8mm screws, and then we'll see how this thing fits. All right. All right, we're going to get underneath here. This is just a simple 8mm. We're going to remove 2 of the bolts. These are the only 2 you need to remove. Okay, so 2 8mm. These are usually stealth attachment, pre-drilled holes right here. So we're just gonna put it up here just to see how it looks. Line it up a little bit, okay? So this will kind of be how it's gonna sit, all right, when it's all finished. So you can kind of see how it looks. So we're gonna get in here, pull the tape off, align everything, drill the holes, put the new clips on, and then we'll come back and take a look and see how this thing looks. All right, so here we are on the driver's side. We already put the splitter back on, as you can see. There's 3 8mm bolts, so we're gonna tighten those bolts up, and then we should be all set to go here. There we go. So it's all secure. So this thing's held in place with a combination of clips, 8mm bolts, and double side tape, which we already peeled off, and it's all stuck on. So very, very secure. Looks real nice. Let's take a look at the other side. We got both sides installed now. So that's the driver's side splitter, perfectly installed. And then if we come over, here's the passenger splitter installed, ready to go. So now we're gonna tackle the rock guards, and the rock guards are gonna go basically back here. So it's gonna sit behind the fenders. The biggest thing we wanna watch out for here is here are the chips, the paint chips that happen right at the edges. So this thing will prevent all the rock spray coming in from the back side of it. So it's gonna really give the car a nice wider look as well as protect your fenders. All right, so we're down here at the driver's side fender, but we're gonna do this on the passenger side fender as well. Essentially, our carbon fiber rock guards, they come pre-drilled, so just make sure when you open the package, you note the front and the rear as they're gonna be different. But on the front side, this is what the rock guard looks like. The main goal of this thing is to protect the paint chips right at the edge. I mean, you have the rubber here, but along the edges, it's gonna chip when you have wider tires, sticky tires. They throw tons of rocks up in this area. So this thing really helps protect it. Plus, it looks really nice. This is made of 100% carbon, so very lightweight, very strong. We provide the hardware. So all you gotta do is just line it up and then use these self-tapping screws lined up to just tighten it up. And then that's it. So when it's installed on there, it's nice and flush. And here, I'll get you a closer look at it. You guys can take a peek at it. So looking at it from the front side, you can see how it's attached. But we're gonna go behind the car here, and I'll show you how it looks with the rock guards and start. So there you go. It really gives the car kind of a wider stance as well. And it looks beautiful. I mean, it just looks great on almost any color. And at the same time, protecting all your rock chips along the side of the back. Okay, so we're looking at the passenger rear. We're gonna repeat this for the driver's side rear, but we also have the M Performance rear splitters here, and the customer wanted it installed on the car, so we're gonna put it on for him. If you just kind of test fit it and take a peek at this thing, you can see that it uses 3 of the factory Torx bits, which are sitting back here. So we're gonna remove 3 factory Torx bits. They're gonna be a T30 size. Okay, so get a T30 Torx bit. We're gonna remove 3 of them, which will attach at these 3 points. And then the other 4 holes, or actually 5 holes, are gonna be drilled, and we're gonna be using these supplied plastic clips to hold it in. All right, that'll go in over here on the plastic. So we're gonna take the 3 Torx bits off first. Let's see, those will be right here. So you got 1 in the back here. And then 1 over here. And the last one over here. So once these 3 bits are off, you can kind of look at it, see how it lines up in here. See how it lines up with the factory holes. So it looks good. So we're going to put these things back on with the screws. We're not going to pull the tape off yet. The tape will come off later. So we just want to peel off the blue tape, which is a guide tape. Get this thing off first. We're ready to peel it. Let's get this peeled off. The blue tape I'm talking about is this piece right here. We're going to pull this off. But don't pull the red. Okay, we're not going to do the red yet. So we're going to put this thing back in with the 3 factory screws first before we do anything else. This will help us position it and make sure we're in the right position. So there's the first one. Alright, and then we're going to put the other end one, which is right here. We're not going to worry about the middle one right now. We're just doing this for test fit. Alright, so finger tighten both. Let's kind of see the position, make sure it lines up correctly. If everything looks good, now we can reach in here and peel the red tape off. And the red tape is off. Now it's sticky, so now you just want to make sure it's all lined up with the 3 holes, which it is. And then we're going to push up firmly. Alright, and that'll hold it in place. When this is all done, we're gonna finger tighten the last one, which is the middle one. Again, don't tighten these yet because we still have to drill the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes for the plastic clips, all right? So now that's in there, see it's not moving because the double side tape is pretty strong. We got the 3 screws holding it. So now we're just gonna go in and drill the holes and then we'll be all set to go. All right guys, we're looking at the passenger rear of the M2 right now. So just glancing back here, the reason the rear is harder to do is there's a couple reasons. One is, you know, you gotta take this wheel off because you gotta access some of these bolts and it's really hard to do it with the wheel on. So we just took the wheel off, that's right next to me. There's a couple 8mm bolts, so we're gonna remove these. Now, we're not gonna reuse these bolts, so just put them in a Ziploc bag or something, so don't lose them. But we provide in our kit, we provide new bolts, new spacers, new washers, so you're gonna use our new hardware. So make sure you grab one of the rear rock guards that's labeled rear, and then we're gonna reinstall it using the same stock hose as before. So we're not gonna do any cutting or drilling, we're gonna use the same hose. So put the screw through it, we're gonna get the washer, and then the spacer. So with all this in there, as such, we're gonna put the top one in first. Make sure it's all nice and tight, and then it lines up perfectly on the edge. When you're happy with the fitment, you're pretty much done. So at this point, all we do is put the wheel back on the car, tighten it, and then you're set. So if you guys want to take a closer look at it, so let's take a peek. Here's what we did. This is the double-sided carbon, I mean 100% real carbon, so it's double-sided. But that's the view from the inside. Here's a view from the back side.